Hausa Fulani are benefiting. Their food, their milk, their drink is from South. It's from South. So they rely solely on their survival from South. This or whatever did, they say one Nigeria, one Nigeria. So they will continue to make the economy of others in the name of one Nigeria. They continue to shout one Nigeria, one Nigeria, so that they can Islamatize Nigeria and acquire land here and there for their settlement, and rape the women and children. This is why they cry one Nigeria, because they know that if Nigeria divided, they're looking for to keep Nigeria one. As soon as Odinma is giving them IDP camp in Imo State to keep in Nigeria one, that's what they want. Is it that they want to keep Nigeria one? But if you come to allocation sharing, VAT sharing, tax sharing, you will see that not we take the lion part. And if you not so, they will tell you we are trying to divide Nigeria, which means they are the Nigeria. You see, the policy that Tinubu is bringing that will divide the nation, that not are complaining. I don't know the type of policy. I don't know the type of policy. Igbo man is there. He's bringing the policy that will divide Nigeria. Good Jonathan bringing the policy that will divide Nigeria. Igbo man will never be there. They will divide Nigeria. Now Tinubu is there. He's bringing a policy that will divide Nigeria. All this complaining are coming from North. But when the North are there, they will never bring the policy that will divide Nigeria. They bring the policy that will keep Nigeria one through the barrel of gun. What is that policy that Tinubu bring? He have bring the regional policy. They kick against it. Biafrans kick against it. Is it Ruga that they want Tinubu to implement to keep Nigeria one? Now you are giving them animal ministry. What are they looking for? To give them ranches here and there all over the nation? Is what are they looking for to keep Nigeria one? As soon as Odinma is giving them IDP camp in Imo State to keep Nigeria one, that's what they want. Is it that they want to keep Nigeria one? Is it Tinubu that sacked their children from school? Is it Tinubu created a Nigeria on the street? What policy do Tinubu bring that not are crying? Any time that are not the people in power, they'll be crying, they are marginalized, they want to divide Nigeria. That policy themselves haven't understand it. Let them come out openly and tell the whole world the type of policy Tinubu is bringing. Is it because on tax? How many VAT are not as a whole are generating to Nigeria? How many internal revenue, not in general, are generated to Nigeria? Only the tax Anambra generated in Nigeria from traders is more than the whole 6 states get in 6 states of North generated to Nigeria. I'm not talking of Lagos State. Everybody knows their own input in the term of revenue generation to Nigeria. That one is happening. Everybody knows that one. I'm not talking of Lagos State. The input oil producing states in Nigeria are giving government of Nigeria. Tell me the whole northern state have they produced it. But if you come to allocation sharing, VAT sharing, tax sharing, you will see that not we take the lion part. And if you not so, they will tell you we are trying to divide Nigeria, which means they are the Nigeria. Others are strangers. They are the Nigeria. And who are these North? Hausa Fulani? Those five northern states Gideon tell to go in 1991 Gideon coup. They are the problem of Nigeria. And they are the ones shouting whenever the government is not favoring them. Whenever they don't have access to put in their pocket and go back to their family. they shout government is not good. Okay, they are dividing Nigeria. Government is not good. Hunger. How many of their northern children have they fed? Have they give better life? Have they given scholarship? How many schools, individuals will have they built to the communities? Dividing Nigeria, dividing Nigeria. They are the ones that dividing Nigeria. The problem they cause in Nigeria, if any other region cause out the problem, not to be pick gun and shouting Araba, Araba, Bamuso, Bamuso. Look at the time of Tinubu, Buhari appointment. He appoint only loyalists. And that loyalist, you must only have link to Fulani before he give you appointment. Now, Tinubu have come in and take suits what Buhari did because he promised that he will start where Buhari stop and not are crying. Why are they crying? They are the ones that laid the foundation. Even if I thought Tinubu is bringing policy that will divide Nigeria, that means that policy is not favoring them. They are the foundation of that policy. They are the foundation. So I don't see any policy that Tinubu bring that will divide Nigeria. Not that Tinubu hold Nigeria one. People refuse to let nnamdikanu go. Tinubu refuse to let Biafrans go. Tinubu continue giving marching order against Biafrans. Then how did he bring policy that he want to divide Nigerians? How did Tinubu bring that policy? When all the whole plan, agenda against Biafra, Tinubu is carrying it out. Then tell me the policy that Tinubu is bringing that will divide Nigeria. Is it Tinubu from the insurgents or sponsoring them in the north? Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, bandits, all of them. Is it Tinubu that's sponsoring them? How is he bringing policy that will divide Nigeria? Let them leave Tinubu alone. Nigeria have already divided. Nigeria have already divided. We are waiting for the last bell to ring. Go in, go, Bagam. That's what we are waiting. Nigeria have already divided. Let us not to deceive ourselves. Let the oil and gas in Biafra land not to deceive them. Nigeria have divided. Nigeria have divided. We are waiting for the last bell to ring. That's all.
But as for the north, why do you think they CC or they want Nigeria to always be one or as one? Do you think that because of what they are gaining, some will say that because they are the one that mostly take the bigger portion of the Nigerian revenue and what more? Do you think that's one of the major reasons? Because of the oil in the Niger Delta and the South South, is that why they think that they don't want? I think northern part they have their oil too.
Whether you call it Niger Delta, whether you call it Southeast, whether you call it Southern as a whole, the North, mostly Hausa Fulani, are benefiting. Their food, their milk, their drink is from South. It's from South. So they rely solely on their survival from South. This or whatever did, they say one Nigeria, one Nigeria. So they will continue to make the economy of others in the name of one Nigeria. They continue to shout one Nigeria, one Nigeria, so that they can Islamatize Nigeria and acquire land here and there for their settlement. And rape the women and children. This is why they carry one Nigeria. Because they know that if Nigeria divided, the saying of Usman Tafodio and his late grandson, Ahmad Bello, will not be. So they want to Islamatize Nigeria, capture Nigeria, hold Nigeria, all that ethnic nationality become their slave. Until everything is wiped off, it will remain Fulani, then they rename it Fulani Republic. That's why they cry for one Nigeria. Not that they love you. They're only after your land and your natural resources. That's all.
Okay. And lastly, do you think that, for example, like the tax reform that Tinubu wants to, the policy that as regards the tax reform, do you think that all this will not backfire, for Tinubu in 2027?
Look, 2027 or no 2027, are you sure that Nigeria will remain one before that until that 2027? The one Tinubu have in his hand, you should make better use of it. So the extent, all the whole minorities in Nigeria will make a profit from it. Any policy that Tinubu will do that will favor the masses of Nigeria, let him do that policy. Not looking at one cabal or the other cabal, although himself is a cabal. That's what I'm saying. So Tinubu should forget about the 2027. The remaining 2 years that is in hand now, let him make good of it so that God will be happy with him. Human being will be happy with him. History will hold him in good record. What of 2027? If heaven fall on earth before 2027, will Tinubu be a president in 2027? One bird at a hand is better than multiple birds in the forest, because that one is at your hand is the one you hold. Let Tinubu make use of the remaining years that remain to put laughter in people's mouth, to make people to feel happy with him, to make people to call him good name. Let him should forget about 2027. But if 2027 came to be, he can still wander his way, as he wander his way on 2023. He can still do it because he's a political dribbler and master scorer, master scorer. You know what he do. But as of now, let him make good use of this present time that remains for him.
Go and sit down by telling Ekpa that he's not going to succeed on dividing Nigeria. So his ancestors are from Futajelo Island, and their father, their ancestral father, jihadist Ottoman Danfodio, can no longer succeed on Islamizing Nigeria. Are you listening to me? Yeah. Sultan of Sokoto should go and sit down. He should prepare this time around to go to the gallows. It's a great force, you know, trying to push Biafra into freedom and liberation with the appointment of Chief of Staff of the United States of America, Mrs. Susie Willis, by Donald Trump. I see you, I see my man, BRG, that's our Prime Minister in exile, and Simon Ekpa Njoku, you know, dances of victory. That was the beginning of this last just week gone, you know. It was dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing for the song, for the music of victory. It's a song of victory, you know, as sung by Robert Arukeli. So he was dancing towards Asurok to let them know that Kanu is already out. As I'm talking to you now, the appointment of Susie Willis is a boost, great boost for Biafrans, because we are no longer even agitating again. We are just folding our hands, watching the Western world agitating Biafra just to emancipate. I'm telling you that the whole Europe, Biafra is the object of discussion, the subject of discussion, and the topicalities, you know, across Asia and the American nations. They are all debating and at least profiling ways to see that nnamdikanu is absolutely let off the hook. Then again, with the appointment of this woman as the Chief of Staff of the United States of America, we are seeing Biafra being a topic again, once again, in the House of Congress. I tell you that we are all laughing, we are all smiling, we are all dancing as a result of the blessings that God has bestowed on Biafra nation. This morning, I tell you, across Aso Rock and its environ, there was much uneasy calmness, tranquility. You know what? The cats is about to let off the sack. Who is going to do that? Because he has been bailed and jailed by the Nigerian government under Buhari for over getting to 48 months now by administration of Buhari. But we see what played out recently. The same man incarcerated as a result of agitation of Oduduwa Republic was let off the hook by his brother Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the most tribalized, clannish, ethnocentric president Nigeria has ever had. Even if I put cluelessness, I am right, because I remembered the US president, newly elected president of America, saying, giving press interaction, you know, interview by saying that Tinubu is the most clueless president Nigeria has ever had. You know, Donald Trump is a motivational speaker. He is an author. He is an artist. is a movie actor, and he has written many books as an author of public address. Trump knows how to move group of people by what? Verbal strength. What is coming out from his mouth, his wordings are so what? Motivational. That is my own president. That's the kind of person I want, a man with unequal oratory, rendition, or eloquence. See, let me tell you this time around, Biafra is made a topicalities in most of the Senate House, Parliamentarian House, in Europe, in Asia, and America is not left out, because the whole congressmen and the people that nnamdikanu was lobbying to meet or to have interaction with the GOP GOP during Trump's administration, but came last first American the other American election, you know, that was conducted in 2019/2020, Trump failed. That's why that move was abruptly, at least, brought an end. The Biafra could not breathe again, and then nnamdikanu could not even come out. They allow him, they keep him incarcerated at DSS facilities. And now, our man, our papa, our main hero is Donald Trump. He has won an election, United States presidential election, and you can see nobody has ever protested, nobody has ever denied him concession of defeat. Kamala Harris has actually put a call across to the president, the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, and accepted what? Defeat. She considered defeat because she actually knew that the election college of, you know, the states where the election, you know, electoral process are considered whether fair or unfair, whether rigged or not rigged, whether manipulated or not manipulated, whether violent or not violent, has actually given kudos to the victory by the Republican Party. The Republican, the dog of war, they are dog of war. They don't leave anything unturned to expose or showcase or unearthing the truth. They are truthful party. That's, I mean, Republican. Now, Trump has carried the day. Trump is a man of justice. Trump is a man of equality. Trump is a man of peace, bringing back America to its former status as a country of truth, as a country of righteousness, as a country of God's own country. That's why I'm telling you that America has turned to justice. They have come to the justice and righteousness that they believe. America has returned to righteousness.
Okay, but we've seen a certain YouTuber called Kocha Mase has come and said that the presidency they are against. Have written to Trump and to the incoming government and telling them that
to mind their business,
to mind their business, to stay away from Biafra. Do you think Susie Willie and Trump will accept this plea from Nigeria?
No, the number one citizen of the world president, the highest office of the president on the earth today is the White House. The American presidency is number one in the world. They make sure that there's security everywhere on the earth. You don't, malign anybody. You don't oppress or suppress anybody again. You don't push down any nation or country because maybe you are richer than them, or maybe you are from axis of evil, like you say, Iran, coming into Nigeria with various terrorist groups to make sure Nigeria is destabilized. America is turning their back on that kind of activity. And then again, I'm telling you that America can never stay away from Biafra agitation. One is this: Biafra was well structured as a Jewish state. Biafrans are 95% Jewish. I don't know what I understand. Yeah. So Trump himself, the reason why he's not going to accept that kind of letter writing or let me say order. One is that you can't order Trump. No, you can't give America order. 2. 3, Trump is a Jew. Biafra is a Jewish state. Are you listening to me? Right from onset, nnamdikanu and Trump. Nnamdikanu was on his campaign trail in 2019-20, the election that Trump actually, unfortunately, failed. Today, Trump is coming back again to fulfill or to redeem the pledge he made to the Igbo Biafrans that he's going to give them Biafra. I could remember in a race in 2018, 2015, to 2016, 17, 18, and 19, when Biafrans IPOB staged the highest protests across the United States. They actually marched towards Aso Rock, and they were worrying and disturbing, not Aso Rock, sorry, White House. They were marching towards White House, asking for Biafra, telling him about what Nigerian nation is doing against the Igbos, against the Biafra. And Trump came out. They blocked him on the exit, the entrance of White House. He shouted, "I will give you Biafra." They started applauding him. And actually the time is when on his second coming, the whole IPOB, they took it right in their skull, and everybody was like praying hard so that Trump will win the election. But unluckily, unfortunately, Trump could not win. That's why we went into mourning. And that's what led to endless, interminable incarceration of MNK nnamdikanu illegally at DSS facilities. Nigerian court has actually, let him off the hook. Nnamdikanu did not contravene any constitution, any part of the constitution in Nigeria. It is individuals' right, everybody's right to agitate for self-determination. Yet, court has set him free of the treasonable charges, felony charges, terrorist charges. Even United Nations has let him off the hook that Nigeria should do the proscribed IPOB. They are not a terror group, they are agitation group, and actually awarded the most peaceful agitators in the world. They are the Biafrans, we are the Igbos. So what am I trying to say here? Trump is not going to honor any letter writing, any order, and the Aso Rock is not in position to give White House order. Is Aso Rock ordering White House? Aso Rock that is full of illegitimacy, illegitimate activities of the office of the presidency. They can never equate themselves with the administration of White House. That order, that letter writing can never ever succeed. Very, very unfair of office of Nigerian presidency that is full of illegalities, full of illegitimities. See, let me tell you, we are telling the whole world that our time has come. Samuel Ekpa is winning. And Akpabio should come back from India with the group of witches and wizards he went to with India with. They visited Calcutta, New Delhi to go and do juju against Simon Ekpa. This time around, it's not juju. Trump has taken Bible again, word of God, back to White House. In the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Trump is not going to die until his inauguration, and Biafra will be actually celebrated.
Okay, lastly, do you think Iran ambassador came out last week said accused Nigeria government of working with the Iran government to cause insecurity in Nigeria? Do you think that is right to what he's saying? As regards
I think he's an Israeli ambassador that accused Nigeria of working in Iran with Iran to cause to destabilize Nigeria. Is an Israeli diplomat, not Iranian diplomat. And the Israeli government actually has sent message across to Nigerians to prepare to be careful that Iran is working very hard to make sure that they send many terror groups into Nigeria to destabilize the government of Nigeria, as they actually succeeded destabilizing Afghanistan government. So we are at least very, very on alert. We are on alert, high alert. We are being careful and trying to observe every movement, every face we see in Nigeria that looks strange this time around, because the Al-Shabaab, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the Lukawaras terror group based in Sokoto is from Iran. They made sure the group synergizes with Niger Republic, they synergize with Libya, they synergize with Mali to unleash another terrorism in Nigeria. And they have actually started the operation at Sokoto axis. So I see Nigeria as a destabilized country, a country that cannot last the next 10 years. I'm telling you. So this time around, we actually know that what the Israeli diplomat is saying is truth, because Mossad is everywhere, all over the world. Then again, I'm coming out with this suggestion. Nigeria is going to divide peacefully. It's not going to be war. Why? Hausa have their granite, tomatoes, and the pepper. Yoruba have their international water here. Companies, there are many industries here. They can still establish more, inviting the expatriates to localize many industries in Lagos here. Then Igbo man is an entrepreneurship expert. They are more enterprising than any race in Africa. They can do well if they get their independence in the southeastern Nigeria, industrializing everywhere, turning Onitsha, Aba, Newi into a production hub of Africa. I think Igbos can do well. I think also with farming, agriculture, mechanized one, they have large portion of land to farm. Hausa can survive on agriculture. That's farming. Production of food, organic. So I don't see anybody fighting each other. So Tana Osokoto should go and sit down by telling Ekpa that he's not going to succeed on dividing Nigeria. So Tana Osokoto, his ancestors are from Futajelo Island, and their father, their ancestral father, jihadist Ottoman Dan Fodio, can no longer succeed on Islamizing Nigeria. Are you listening to me? Yeah. Southern Osokoto should go and sit down. He should prepare this time around to go to the gallows. He is an uneducated sultana. We don't care. He's a Fulani man. He should leave outside land and go back to Futajelo Island. They are constituting trouble across Nigerian farmland. That's why there is food drought now, because his people, his brothers are constituting bloody nuisance across farmland in Benue, Niger State, Taraba, Plateau State, Nasarawa, Kaduna, everywhere. They are warlike people. We don't need war. If you want war, we give you war. We are Igbos. What kind of things is this? Killing farmers, annihilating farmers, slaughtering villagers. Do you know how many communities that Lakarua slaughtered in Sokoto State? Do you know how many communities that Boko Haram, Zamfara have actually disallowed people in that communities? Communities in Adamawa State, they killed many. It is not right. What is going on in Nigeria is too wrong. It's too ugly. How could a section of people will be constituting terrorism in Nigeria and nobody is saying anything? I think Sultan Osoto should shut up. Samayaba is doing what he's doing for his people. We are Igbos. We don't need you as you don't need us. Political leadership of this country is Fulani for how many years? Fulanis are not the owner of Nigeria.